Hi guys, it's Chrissy and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be starting a very fun challenge over here on my channel, and we're going to be doing the Runaway Teen Challenge. So yeah, welcome to the first part. But yeah, so since this is the first part of the challenge, it's probably going to be very talky. I'm probably going to be explaining a lot of things and telling you Dakota's backstory and everything like that. So I did do a creator sim video on Dakota that went up probably either 2 hours before this video or yesterday. I'm not really sure when I'm uploading this video. But yeah, so you can watch me create Dakota. I didn't go over her backstory at all in the creator sim. So yeah, we'll just go over her backstory right now, I guess. And yeah, as you'll see, we're in Brindleton Bay. We live in Brindleton Bay. And I moved her into the boathouse lot where the boathouse used to be. So yeah, she's just living here and she doesn't have a single cent to her name, the poor girl, but we are going to try and make her some money as quickly as possible, since with seasons it's going to be a lot harder to play challenges like the Runaway Teen Challenge and the Rags to Riches Challenge. Everything is going to be harder now that we have seasons. So I'm going to try and get her a shelter as soon as possible. But something that I wanted to tell you guys first off, before I get into all of the backstories and everything like that, is that I'm probably going to be cutting out any boring bits of the challenge. So when I'm literally not doing anything except making money or just going around looking for collectibles and everything like that, I am probably going to cut those parts out because they're going to be very boring, they're going to be very repetitive. And since I'm really new to Let's Plays on my channel, I'm not really used to talking while I'm playing. I'm not really used to that yet. I've gotten used to recording build voiceovers and stuff, or at least I'm starting to get used to it, but when it comes to recording and playing the game at the same time, I'm not used to that yet. I'm used to being really quiet and, very focused when I'm playing the game on my own. So it's definitely a change for me to try and talk while I'm recording. So those boring parts where I'm not going to have anything to say that's of particular interest, I'm just going to cut those parts out. And if I don't always cut everything out where I'm being boring, please just forgive me and bear with me. I'm still rather new to YouTube. I think I've only had my channel for just over 4 months now, I think. And yeah, as I said, I'm not used to doing Let's Plays. So we're just going to be in this together and learn together, basically. But yeah, I'm having her just run around collecting stuff while I talk. I've never really tried finding collectibles in this part of Brindleton Bay, or in Brindleton Bay in general. I've never really looked around to see where things spawn and what spawns here and stuff like that. So this is new for me. I've also never done the Runaway Teen Challenge before. I've began it once or twice in the past, but I've only played like a few days into it, and then I just stopped for some reason. I can't remember why. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to be finishing this. You guys will need to, keep me on my toes and remind me that I said I was going to finish this. But yeah, so if I finish this, it will be a first for me, actually, with this challenge anyway. I've never really finished any challenges before. I've done the 100 baby challenge on my own like 3 or 4 times in my spare time. But whenever I get to like 50 babies or something, I usually just start over or all over again for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, so about her backstory, I guess we can start talking about that probably about now, since there isn't anything else to collect. Not that I see anyway. Just going to have a go home. So About her backstory, so Dakota was raised in a group home. So she is an orphan. She did lose both of her parents when she was really young. Why won't this camera follow her? What's going on? Oh, whatever. But anyway, so she did lose her parents when she was really young. So she did grow up in bouncing from group home to group home. But the one that she was in, the last one that she's been in for a while now. I mean, most of her, let's say most of her teenage years. And, you know, she left the group home, the people that run the group home, she doesn't have a great relationship with them. And they're Melanie Bowen and Cole Bowen. And they're great people, actually, or they're good people. They do care about the children that they're supposed to be, you know, looking after and raising and stuff. But they do both have their own, you know, faults. They do both have their faults. Why won't you go home? Stop doing that. I'm just going to teleport her here because she's being really weird. But yeah, so they do have their faults, you know, as any sim would. But so Cole is a gambler. He likes gambling, and it's kind of almost an addiction for him. They don't have a lot of money, so when he goes out and gambles, he and his wife Melanie, she's very hot-headed, so they get into a lot of arguments whenever he goes out gambling. It's kind of a family secret that they try to hide. But yeah, so they do take really good care of the other kids that they raise, and they took really good care of Dakota as well. So some of the other kids that are still living in the group home are Trey, Kim, Zane, and Hope. They're still living there. But yeah, so one night, she and Trey are basically the same age, but she's basically like a big sister to all of these kids, since she's been living there for the past, let's say, 6 years. They've all been living in that one group home together, since they're all orphans and they haven't been adopted yet. So they've been living there together, and she's kind of like a big sister to all of them. And then one night when Cole came home, he lost basically more than half of their family funds on a night's gambling. And he and Melanie got into a really big argument. And since Dakota is one of the 2 older children in the house, she does know what's been going on. So she knows about Cole and his gambling and stuff like that. And it's something that she's always tried to ignore, since it never really impacted her or any of the other kids. But since they don't have a lot of money, Cole is the only one that works. I downloaded a bunch of custom careers, and he's actually a repairman, so he doesn't make like he doesn't have the biggest salary ever. So the family does get by, but they're not rich by any means. And Trey is actually working as well to try and help the family out and stuff like that. And Dakota was helping out around the house. So even though she knew about everything, it never impacted them, you know, that much. Cole, sorry, not Trey, I'm still getting used to all of their names. But Cole never really lost so much money that they were, you know, kind of in dire straits, I guess you could say. But then this one night when holding back, what's going on? Oh, it's an Aquarius thing. But yeah, so this one night he came home, he lost, I don't know how much, more than 1,000 simoleons, and he and Melanie got into a ginormous fight. And unfortunately this time they got into a fight in front of the kids, and Dakota had just had enough of that. So she got into a huge fight with both of them. Usually they were on pretty good terms, but after that their relationships just tanked. And yeah, so she decided, well, basically, excuse my language, but screw you, both of you. I'm almost 18, I'm just going to leave you to it. I'm sick of this. And she just left. She upped and she packed her bags, she packed some clothes, and she just left. So since she didn't have a job, a part-time job or anything, she didn't have any savings either. And that meant that she had to basically, she's going to be squatting on this plot of land for quite a while. So yeah, she's basically just found this plot of land in Brindleton Bay. The group home, the Bowens home, is in Willow Creek. So she basically decided to get as far away from them as she could, and she just left. So we're basically going to be following her story, and I think I'm going to have her go somewhere for food, and maybe I think we're going to have her go maybe to a gym or a spa or something. But yeah, so she basically, as I said, upped and left. Let's have her go to that gym, Rise and Grind gym. Obviously, as I said, this is all in little Simsies save file, so all of the lots and everything. I did place one or two of my own lots, one that I built and one that Miss Griffey built. I actually placed the roller rink and the ice skating lodge that she built. I built the roller rink and she built the lodge as a group, as a collab with each other. So I did place those in the world, but I think those are the only things that I placed. But yeah, so we're basically going to be following her around, and you know the Runaway Teen Challenge. I'm probably not going. Why is she so glitchy? What even? Sorry, I just lost my train of thought completely. But yeah, we're just going to be following her around, having her make money, everything like that. But I will leave the link to the rules in the description below, but I'm probably not going to be following all of the rules exactly, since I know that I think you're supposed to start in Oasis Springs, or I don't know, but yeah, I'm not going to be following all the rules exactly. Basically, the only rules that I'm going to be following are: 1, you're not allowed to talk to adults, so I'm going to avoid adults as far as possible. 2, she is obviously living on her own on her own lot with nothing, and she doesn't have any money. She started out with 0 simoleons, as you guys saw. And she's also not going to be allowed to have a job. I think the rules say that once you have, a roof over your head and kind of some semblance of a house, you're allowed to have a job. But I'm not going to have her have a job. Let's have her buy a faux BLT since she's hungry. What are you wearing? Just change your outfit, please. But yeah, so she's not going to have a job either while she's a not as a teenager. She's not going to have a part-time job, and as a young adult, she won't be having a job either. And I think the rules say they're not supposed to go to school, but I'm going to try and have her go to school as much as possible, just because I think it's going to give me something to do, and it's going to make the challenge a bit harder, since she won't have, the whole day to be outside collecting and gathering stuff. So I think that's going to make it a bit harder. And it's also going to be a great place for her to meet other teenagers, since obviously she's just supposed to be talking to teenagers and children. She's not allowed to talk to young adults or adults. So yeah, that's going to be a great place for her to meet some younger people. Don't talk to her. You're not allowed to talk to her. Just eat your sandwich. But yeah, as you guys will see, she does know 3 other teenagers. She knows Kat Fields, Bryce Taylor, and Rory Gilmore. And I did have her go out to a coffee house before I started the challenge, just because I thought, well, since she has an established backstory and kind of, air quotes, family, she probably knows a few people from her high school. I mean, it's just, it's kind of, you kind of would think that she would know a few people from her high school. And yeah, so I did make her meet a few people and build up a bit of a relationship with them. I mean, they're not best friends by any means, but she does know some people. And also another rule that I'm probably not going to be following is I'm probably not going to go with the rule that she's not allowed to use her cell phone, since in this day and age, even if you're a runaway, I think you would be able to use your phone, since you can probably go and charge it at a cafe or a library or something like that in real life. So I don't think that's really realistic. And since, I mean, she already had the phone when she ran away, so it's not like she would have had to buy it, and she wouldn't have had the money for it. So yeah, I think I'm going to have not use that rule. I'm going to try and avoid it as much as possible. I'm not going to have her call up her friends on her phone to chat or anything. I am going to have her go out if she has a low social need and she needs to talk to people. But yeah, that's another rule that I don't think I'm going to be following. And I can't really remember any of the other rules. As the rules pop up, I will tell you guys about them if I'm following it or if I'm not following it. But I think those are the main ones. And yeah, I think those are the main rules that you're supposed to abide by, that I'm not going to abide by. But yeah, I don't think I have much else to tell you guys in this part. I just want her to collect all of these things. Yes, you're very unhappy. Oh, Trey wants to go to the festival. Oh, let's go to the festival. Why not? We might as well go to the festival. And oh yeah, I will try and deduct the 10 simoleons that you're supposed to deduct from their funds whenever they travel. I will try and remember to deduct that whenever she travels, but if I do forget to do it, don't be mad. I'm very forgetful at times. I usually get so into my stories or get so into playing that I just forget some things. So yeah, I'm going to try and remember that, but no promises. But yeah, so here's Trey. He's another one of the kids that live in the group house with her. Why? Oh yeah, I started on Love Day. Yeah, that's kind of sad since she doesn't have, a particular love interest. But maybe we can give him whatever comes out of the capsule, if it's not worth too much. I mean, I could always give him a fish. I don't know where she got it, but I could always give him a fish. But that's probably not a good idea, because who would want a fish as a Love Day present? Okay, yeah, so that's just worth $20. So give him a Love Day gift. Give him a creepy My Sims trophy. Where are you going? Come back. Come back. We're going to be giving you our hard-earned stuff that we dug around in the dirt all day for. You might as well just stay to get it. There you go. I hope you like your little creepy My Sims trophy. But, oh, he didn't like it. Well, bug off then. So we're at the Spice Festival. And yeah, it's still glitched. Why are all the festivals in all my saves glitched? This has been a thing since City Living came out. They still haven't addressed this whole glitching, overlapping thing that's been happening, where the festivals, one of the festivals will spawn, but the regular stalls that are usually here during the day won't go away. So that's really annoying, to say the least. Now, do I want her to garden or don't I? I think I do want her to garden. So she's going to come and, I mean, we have to earn money somehow. But I think for her, I want to have her write. So I'm going to have her visit the library and stuff fairly frequently, because as I said, I want her to write, and she can't really do that she doesn't have a computer yet herself. Whoa, that was a glitch. What the hell just happened? I don't know if you guys saw that, but she teleported from one of the boxes to the other one and back again, and that was creepy. But yeah, so I'm going to have her visit the library to write, either a library or cafe or wherever she can get her hands on a computer. So that will be her, means of earning an income. And then I think I'm going to have her garden a bit. I always like having... What the hell? This thing is being so weird. But yeah, I think I'm going to have her garden too, since I always like having my Sims garden. It's a really nice way of earning money without having your Sims go working. But eventually when you get your Sims' gardening skill and stuff up to really high, if you get it up really high, they can make a ton of money, so I'm really looking forward to that, in all honesty. But she has a few posters that I'm definitely going to sell. I want to go and plant those. So yeah, stop talking to him, and oh, you need to buy a t-shirt. Oh, do I want... We've already have more than $1,000, so that's nice. Go try and haggle with Nina. Is that Nina or Dina? Nina. Nina Caliente. And she doesn't want to know anything about that. Buy some swag. Oh no, it's not under swag. Oh, damn it. Buy festival t-shirt. Go and buy a t-shirt, since I really hate these goals for the festivals. Usually I don't mind them, but when I'm trying to save my Sims money, they're very annoying. So why don't you go and sing something? Go sing something. Just to get your fun up a bit. You're super tired, so once we get home, I'm probably going to have to buy her a bed or something, so that she can sleep. Luckily it's the weekend. I started the save in spring. So yeah, Kayla's save, Lil Sims' save does start on a Thursday, so we've had 2 days of spring. And then we're going to go into summer, which is fun. I thought it would be best if I started it on spring, since then we'd have at least 1.5 seasons before we get to the colder ones, where she's going to need a shelter and stuff like that. But why don't we add in a holiday on Sunday or Monday? Let's say Sunday. Then Monday. Then she gets a day off of school. So we're going to create a first day of summer party holiday thing. What are we gonna call it? Just call it first. Wow, if I can spell. First day of summer. And we're going to decorate it. Probably we're not going to decorate it. And we're going to barbecue. We're going to barbecue. We're going to... What else are we going to do? We're going to barbecue. Water fun, definitely. Definitely. And probably not presents, because that's just annoying. And then we're going to... What else? Where was the invite guests one? I think those would be nice. Maybe a fire as well. So yeah, we're going to have our first day of summer holiday on Monday. I already know exactly where I'm going to have her celebrate it. But yeah, just finish your singing so you can go home. Yeah, we're going to end that, because that's useless right now. Just go to the toilet, and then I'm going to have her get her hygiene up a bit as well, since we probably won't have enough money to afford a shower or something like that on her lot, so we might as well get her hygiene up a bit. Brush your teeth again, why not? And then you're nice and clean and you can go home. Who are you? Oh, Don Lothario. Yeah, we don't care about you. Not allowed to talk to you anyway, so... Oh, your love day was awful. Yeah, well, I expected as much. But yeah, we're just going to go home. I think I'm going to buy her some needed or some essential supplies. Maybe a cooler box if we can afford it. I did see a PP bush in the world around the lot, so we might not need one of those immediately anyway. But I'm definitely going to try to get her a bed or a tent or something. I think a tent will be our best bet, since then she doesn't have to sleep in the rain, which is always nice. And a cooler. Yeah, this is the cheapest one. And where's the tents? Where are the tents that I think I scrolled past it. Yeah, here we go. We're just going to get her a tent, a cooler. She's going to have a red tent, because why not? A cooler, and oh, we can afford some stuff. That's nice. Do I want to get her a toilet or a bush? Let's get her a bush. Plop it all the way back there. And a shower, probably, because you always need a shower. And then I think she has the essentials, if I'm not mistaken. We probably should get a trash can as well. And there you go. You have your essential things. Plant 2 of the strawberries. Plant 2 of the mushrooms. Don't sell those. And do carrots. Oh, that's off center. It's annoying me. It's off center and it's annoying me. And then 2 of the sage plants. And I know there are some other harvestables in the area, since I did see them. I did see those whilst I was having her run around looking for collectibles. So we're going to have to wait and see when they're ready for harvest, those other harvestables in the world. But these, I think, don't need watering or anything like that. Oh, you're passed out. Oh, that's sad. Yes, just wake up, plant that last one, and then you can go to sleep. Okay, guys, so I think I'm probably going to end the episode off here. She's going to need a good night's rest, even though it's almost 5 AM on a Saturday. She's probably going to sleep through the whole day. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the first part. I hope it wasn't too rambly or too disorganized. But yeah, I hope you guys stay tuned for the second one. I'm probably going to record that, I don't know, maybe, oh no, when am I going to record that? I'm probably going to not right after this one. This one will probably go up by the time I record this. Will probably be up by the time I record the second one. So if you do watch this right as it comes out, or within a few hours of it coming out, do let me know what you guys think of it. If you have any suggestions or anything like that, let me know. And I think in next part I'm going to take you guys around to the group home. Oh, before I forget, I'm going to deduct 20 of her simoleons, since she did travel twice. So yeah, deduct 20 of her simoleons. So yeah, in the next episode, as I said, I'm going to take you guys over to the group home. I did build that to just show you kind of where she grew up and maybe introduce you to some of the other characters, to some of her quote-unquote siblings. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this part, and I hope to see you all for the next one. Bye guys!